Can I get an iced matcha, please? This is hands down the best iced matcha. It tastes like liquid ice cream. But unfortunately, it was $12. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that. Today is going to be a thrift haul video, but it's not going to be our normal thrift haul. I'm not going to be looking for clothes during this thrift trip. We're getting really close to starting our kitchen remodel, and I thought it was maybe time to do a little revamp on the home decor. So I want to go thrifting for home decor. Maybe I can find some stuff to flip. I think the last time I went thrifting for decor pieces might have been almost a year ago. So it's been a little while, to say the least. I do also want to make a stop at Target, maybe HomeGoods, TJ Maxx. So it's not only going to be thrifting, but I think it will primarily be a thrift haul. And if I have time, I might run into Ulta or Sephora. I need to get a new freckle pen. And I also want to find some cute hair clips because I have curtain bangs right now and I regret cutting them. I hate them. So I always have them either hairsprayed back, or right now I have a couple little bobby pins pinning them back. But I thought if I could find really cute little pins or clips, maybe I would feel better about styling it like this if I had cute little clips. So I don't know, maybe I can find some cute clips, but I do need to get another freckle pen if I have time today. But primarily this video will be thrifting for home decor. And my friend texted me and told me that she wanted to go thrifting today, and I said that's perfect because I was also going to go thrifting today. So I'm actually going to go right now to pick her up, and then we can start our thrift trip.
Hi, puppies. You got a toy.
So the first thrift store we went into was more of a boutique thrift store, and I saw this really cute little mug. Actually, my friend is the one who found it, and as soon as I got the confirmation that she wasn't going to be taking it home, that's when I took my opportunity and grabbed it. They had a lot of very random odds and ends when it came to home decor, and nothing was really catching my eye, so I ended up going to the accessories, and they had a ton of belts, so I was looking through a lot of them. And I know this is not home decor, but I just couldn't help myself. I've been really wanting to find belts with more silver detail, but I did see this belt. It's not silver, but I really liked the clasp on this one, and I thought it was super unique. And this area that we were in had a few different thrift and antique stores in a row, so the next one we went to, they did have these really cute wrought iron table sets for the patio, but it's just too hot outside right now to even think about sitting on a patio. And inside they had all of these really beautiful vintage napkins, and they were only $4 each, which I feel like was a decent price. Like, it wasn't terrible. And then I saw some stained glass. I've really been wanting to find some stained glass, and I've even debated on starting a hobby making stained glass. So if you want to see that in the future, let me know, and maybe I'll teach myself how to do stained glass and you guys can follow along. This antique store was very expensive, but I was in love with all of these little dog figurines. And the next store had all of these decoy ducks, and if you don't know, I love ducks. My cat's name is Duck, but I had no idea that antique decoy ducks were between $80 and $160. But anyway, how beautiful is this Tiffany lamp? The guy told me that it was $250, and I'm really debating on taking it home. We decided to take a break from the pricier antique stores and head to Goodwill. I found this plate set that I thought was really cute, but they only had 2 plates, and I would really like a set of at least 4. So unfortunately I couldn't take these home. And one of the plates also had a chip in the ceramic. But in the dishware section, I was able to find this really pretty pasta bowl. The pattern and the colors of this were so perfect for summer. And I think if I had a bowl like this, I would want to cook more. And I don't recognize the logo on the back, so I still don't know where this is from. And we decided we needed a little pizza intermission. We had every intention to continue thrifting after this, but good morning. Yesterday's thrift haul did not go as planned, and this is exactly why I can't go thrifting with friends and expect to film it as a video. Because every time I would find something, I was like, ooh, look at this, and then we'd start talking about it, and then I would realize I forgot to film it, and then after we got pizza, it was downhill from there. But I do want to show you guys what I picked up. At the first thrift store, I got this belt. It is like a brown leather belt with a brass buckle. And the back is adjustable, and I don't have anything like this, so I feel like this would be a good wardrobe staple now. And this cutie little mug. It was $4, but the pink tags were 50% off, so $2 for this cute little mug. And then at the second thrift store, I got this little black embroidered floral bag. It's 9 West. And I feel like this is very 90s. I don't have a ton of black handbags, and this one was only $8, so couldn't pass that up. And then I also saw, I've been wanting to find a new pasta bowl, and I thought this one was so cute for like a summer pasta salad. It has a lot of imperfections, so it's either really cheap or it's handmade. I can't really make out what this says, but if you know, let me know. I just thought this was super cute and summery. And then we went into a couple antique stores. I got this sterling silver turquoise bracelet. I definitely went over my budget today by purchasing this bracelet, but I do think it's very cute and I love turquoise. And then I also got this frame, oops. So this specific antique vintage store that we went into, the guy had a ton of old pinup photos all over. This one I thought was really cute, and it was only $30, which I feel like was a good deal because all of the other ones were way more, and it's dated 1947. So I thought that was cute. I forgot that I also went to Sephora and Old Navy, and I just got an overpriced hand sanitizer. And I like to use the Anastasia brow pen as my freckle pen, and I use it in the taupe shade. I feel like it's the perfect color for faux freckles. And then from Old Navy, I never shop at Old Navy, but I do feel like they have good basics, and they just opened one close to me. So I got this cute little yellow tank top with the little flower in the middle and the rouging. And then I got 3 of these ribbed t-shirts. I got the gray, white, and then this brown color. And all 3 of these were also $10. So that concludes everything that we got yesterday. And now for today, I'm gonna get ready and we're gonna go thrifting for real. So this first one is a very eclectic vintage thrift antique store, and this was my first time ever going into this store, and my first impression of this store was definitely a good one. I found another beautiful Tiffany lamp. It's the same price as the first one I found, but I liked the first one a lot more. And luckily I looked up because I almost missed this piece of stained glass, which I also think is very pretty, but it's a little out of my budget. I think all this stained glass I'm seeing is a sign to start that hobby. And I found the most adorable framed needlepoint photo. It says, "All the wealth of the world could not buy you a friend or pay you for the loss of one." I think that's going to be our slogan of the day. And then I found some really pretty vintage dishware. I do want to start a collection of these, and I found these really cute little tables. They're priced at $50, which I don't think is terrible for these tables, but if I were to purchase these, I would probably use them as plant stands. So now that I think about it, it's basically like they're $25 each, but anyway. And then I found this really cute basket that I thought would be good for my crochet supplies, but it does have a few tears in it. It's $30. I don't feel like it's worth $30. Maybe I'm wrong. And on to our next thrift store. This is another one that I visited for the first time. They had one of the biggest selections of trinkets I think I've ever seen at a thrift store. And I was drawn to these little ducks, and I'm cracking up over the merman photo in the background. I did not even notice that until I started editing this. And this is just one example of an aisle full of trinkets. I found this little duck. Finally, I think I found one that I love the color of, and it's in my price range. So now I have to decide if I want to get one of these or both of these. I just love these, and I can't wait to style them on my shelf. And then I found this set of vintage glassware. I think they're so pretty, but we're going to be getting new plates and cups when we redo the kitchen, and I'm not entirely sure yet what our color scheme is going to be for that, so I'm going to hold off on buying any plates or cups for now. I love these gold candlestick holders. I already have a few of them, so I don't really need more, but these would be perfect for like a dining room table maybe. Every aisle I went down in this thrift store, I was more and more amazed. Look at all of these teapots and teacups. And then this whole shelf here is just full of salt and pepper shakers. They had so many to choose from, but I really liked the color scheme of these ones here. And not to mention, these are huge salt and pepper shakers. I also thought these little cats were really cute. And then moving on to these ceramic pitchers, they had so many options. I thought this little terracotta one was so pretty, but it's a little small. I feel like this is more of a cup for a single person versus a pitcher, but further down I did find this really pretty blue and white pitcher, and even if I don't use it as a pitcher, I think it would just be so pretty displayed on a shelf maybe, or just to keep it on the counter if it matches the color scheme. And I'm on a hunt still for some vintage dishware, and I found this piece here. I love the color scheme on this pattern here on the side. For all I know, this might not actually be vintage, but it definitely has a vintage look to it, so I think it has to come home with me. I didn't find much in the furniture section, but I did find this little end table, which kind of looked like someone already did a thrift flip on it, and to be honest, I could probably find something cheaper than this and then paint it myself if I wanted to. So although it was cute, I had to pass on it. And on to my last thrift store. I normally come here for clothes and I never go through the home decor pieces, and today reminded me why I don't normally look at the decor here, because the selection is terrible. Or maybe I was just getting really burnt out from thrifting yesterday and today. Okay, I just got back in the car from the red, white, and blue thrift store, which was my third thrift store of the day, and I only looked through the decor and furniture and there was absolutely nothing. I think I'll just stick with clothes thrifting when I go to that store. So there are a couple more thrift stores that I can check for today, but I think right now I'm gonna go to Target and see what I can find in the home decor section there, and then maybe get something for lunch, and then we can check a couple more thrift stores. Also, yes, I am an outfit repeater. I wore the same outfit a couple days ago thrifting, but it's a cute outfit and it's not dirty, so I wore it again. And I'm trying to decide what I want to get for lunch. There's not a whole lot around here, but there is a Chipotle, and I haven't been there in a while, so we might have to get Chipotle for lunch. At Target, I found this little side table that I thought was really cute, and I was trying to find the price on it, and then I realized it was down below, $95. And then I was looking through the photos, and then I found this one, which I thought was adorable, and it would look great in a kitchen, but it's $45, and I feel like it's the same quality as what you can find at TJ Maxx. Hopefully the sound of my AC isn't too annoying, but it's in the high 90s today. Normally I'll lower the AC in the car just so that it's not too noisy, but it is way too hot today to do that, so I ended up going to Cava instead of Chipotle, and I got the harissa avocado bowl. Very good, but I didn't film it. I was just too hungry to stop and film it, so I scarfed it down really quick. And right now I'm about to go into HomeGoods, and we're going to see what we can find. I think TJ Maxx and HomeGoods are probably the best places to find affordable prints. And we have a few walls around the house where I would love to find some good artwork to put there. I found a few potential candidates, including this little printed floral piece. And I think it's impossible to go into HomeGoods without looking through the candles. And now I'm questioning everything, wondering if it's too early for fall candles or not. On my way to checkout, I found some more smaller prints. And I found a lot that I really liked, but I knew I couldn't get all of them, so I took the ones I liked the most and I set them all up to where I could see all of them visually, and then tried to decide which ones would or wouldn't go with the home decor that we have. The thing about thrifting is that there's no guarantee that you will find anything. It is a very unpredictable treasure hunt. So I didn't find as much home decor as I was hoping I would find. I will have plenty more opportunities to go thrifting when we actually start remodeling the kitchen and redoing the flooring throughout the house. So this will be one of many home decor thrift hauls. I got one framed picture from HomeGoods, but I'm gonna show you this last. So at the thrift store, I did get these little salt and pepper shakers. Where's the other one? They're actually pretty big salt and pepper shakers. And I also just realized that they don't have stoppers at the bottom, so I can't actually use them. I guess if I'm not able to actually use them, they'll still look cute displayed. And I also got a little wooden duck. All of the antique ducks that I was finding were like $150, and then the ones that were this size were like $80. This one was only $24.99, and she's so cute. And I was thinking of putting this one on the shelf above our couch. I need to reconfigure that shelf and move around some of the decor. It's been the same for a while, so I think it's time to switch it up a little. And then I also got this little vintage dish, and I really like that the printed flowers have a little checkered pattern on them. We do have a little hutch in our dining room, and I thought it would be fun to collect vintage dishware. I have a very small collection started. I think I'm going to try to add more to it. And then from HomeGoods, I also got hairspray, not from HomeGoods. I went to the salon supply store because I am a licensed hairstylist, but I figured since it's in the bag, I might as well mention it. I used the Kenra Volume Hairspray. This one is the Super Hold Finishing Spray. Like I said before, I have curtain bangs right now, and I hate them, so having a strong hold hairspray like this, it makes my life so much easier because I can just slick them back and you would never know. And this hairspray will hold all day. I've gone through so many cans of this, and it smells really, really good, and that's a plus. So then from HomeGoods, I only got this framed photo and then a candle, but I thought this one was really cute because it has like a scalloped trim around the top. Smells like fall, and this was only $10. And I also love to save my candle jars and either repurpose them with soy wax or use them as little planters. And last was this picture. I found a lot of really good prints, which doesn't always happen, and I had to make a decision on which one I thought would be best. This one, excuse me, and for this one I want to put on our living room wall between our TV and the hutch that I was talking about. So I'm going to show you guys what picture we currently have there, and then I'm going to hang this one up, and you guys can let me know if I should keep it or return it. Okay, so this is what we currently have. I used to have this in my old apartment years ago, and it was just sitting in my closet, and I felt like this empty space needed something, so I just threw this up there maybe a couple years ago. But I've been waiting to find a good print that would work in this space, and I feel like this one will look a lot better. So let me know what you guys think, but I think this looks so much better than what I had there previously. And then this is gonna be our new flooring. And we've been debating on maybe doing two-tone cabinets and doing like a sage green lower and then an ivory upper. But I'll give you guys more kitchen details once we get closer to actually renovating the kitchen. I love switching up my decor pieces whenever I kind of get bored of whatever I have displayed. But the thing is, I can move things around 100 times and I still feel like there's something missing. And I'm definitely having one of those moments today. I feel like it's missing something here, like we need something with height. And then I don't know about having this candle over here. I kind of feel like I should just get rid of this entirely and then maybe space these out better. So get rid of this and then move these down a little bit further. At the very end of this video, I am going to give you guys a quick little update on the bead embroidery project that I'm working on, but other than that, that is pretty much it for this video, and until next week, bye! Before I finish this video, I do want to show you guys the progress on my beaded handbag. This is only the first panel, and so far this was about 8 hours of work beading it, so this video might not be up for a few more weeks because it's taking a lot longer than I anticipated. And I did know it was going to take a while, but even knowing that this would be very tedious, I think I underestimated how much time it would take. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am working on this project and it will be up soon. I just can't guarantee when.